Hello everyone, welcome to this video solution of SQL Coding Test 2 which we conducted this Sunday. So basically it was a very easy test where we had 60 minutes and you had to solve 15 questions. There were two sets both related to stand-up comedy case, and like the basic concept that was checked in these questions was filtering, how you use dates, and how you use aggregation. Okay, so these three concepts were mainly test. This was relatively easier test this time because a lot of candidates are just starting their SQL, so we kept it little easy this time. So this video is regarding the discussion of these 15 questions, how to solve them, right, and how to solve the questions on DataSense website with the right approach, like what all you need to consider. Okay, so in this particular video I'll be solving those questions live, and we will see how to submit them, how to run them, how to test them. Okay, so let's begin with the video. So first of all, how do you access the test? You need to click you need to go to the website practice.datasenseai.com. So once you go there, you see this option join live quiz. Once you click on this join live quiz, it will take you to this particular page where we have all the historical quizzes that we conducted. So if you scroll to the bottom, this is the SQL coding test 2. Okay, so you just need to log in. First of all, ensure that you have logged in, and you can simply start giving the test. So let me just zoom in a little bit so that you guys can see things as well. So now I'll click start test. So it will say that important, you can only open this quiz once. Are you sure you want to start? So make sure you, whenever you have like 45-60 minutes spare, then only attempt. Don't just think, because once you attempt this, you cannot attempt again. So we'll start this and we will get back to the test. So there are 15 questions, right, and we will be discussing each of them. Mainly we'll be discussing how to solve them. We will not be exploring SQL concepts in depth here, because this is just a solution video. This is not a SQL conceptual video. So there are 15 questions and we will be discussing them. So let's start with the case study 1. The case study 1 says that we analyze the performance of 50 popular. There are 50 popular stand-up comedians, and each comedian has performed in different cities, showcasing their unique stand-up comedy shows, right? The performances were spread across various online. So basically what we know that this data set, this, first of all, let's analyze a little bit. It consists of 50 stand-up comedians, right? And they so basically this data set will look like something that the primary key will be the name of these stand-up comedians. Okay, so there will be a variable called name, and this will be the primary key. Always remember, whenever you get any SQL question, the first thing that you need to target is check the primary key, because based on that only you will be able to decide how to attempt the questions. Okay, the performance was spread. So these are all the variables. For example, if you see comedian name, show date, audience turnout, YouTube views, YouTube shares, public sentiment, and all this information is given. So if you come here, you will see comedian ID. For example, this is Samir Ada. Then you will see show name, India's Got Latent, show date, audience turnout, and viral meme, main, like everything is there. Okay. So I will do a sanity check first of all, just to check if there are all the distinct stand-up comedians, right? I just want to check if this is the primary key, because I just assumed, but I need to be ensured. So select distinct, and comedian name from stand-up underscore comedians, right? So we will do this. So select count of distinct, not only distinct, let's do count of distinct. So this should come to be for 50. If it doesn't come out to be 50, then we need to see that what is the other primary key, right? But then, because then comedian name is not. So we see that 49 distinct names are there. It means one name is getting repeated. So it means that this name is not the primary key. Okay, so primary key is not name. So what it could be now, it could be, I think, comedian ID. So let's do one thing, comedian underscore ID. Okay, so this will give you maybe the, yeah, so comedian ID is the primary key, meaning that different performances comedian ID is there, and just want to ensure that which particular comedian has performed, like has come 2 times in this. So what I'll be doing, comedian underscore name comma count star as having as num from stand up underscore comedians, okay, and group by comedian name. So we'll do group by comedian name. Now this will give me a list of there. Now let's see who is, so everyone is one. I see 2 here. So this particular comedian Aditi Mittal, she is coming twice. So we need to keep that in mind whenever we encounter any question. Okay, so we have done some sanity check and now we are ready to solve the questions. So let's see the first question. Write a query to fetch the comedian names, show names and cities of the shows where public sentiment was more than this and audience. So what are they asking? First of all, let's say, so remember in SQL there are 2 types of question which we discussed in the last. It is either filtering question. So filtering question we will solve on this page and we will use the other page to solve the so we'll use the other page to solve, just a second. Okay, so for aggregation question we will create the template here. So let's create the template for both. For aggregation question, what is the template? Remember we discussed it in the last video as well. So for aggregation questions we need first of all what aggregation they have asked for. Okay, so whether they have asked for minimum, maximum, sum, average, whatever they have asked for, right? Aggregation, and across what variable, so this we need to know first of all while reading the question. Second, we need to ask is there any filter that they have asked? Okay, then what is the group by, what all variables are present in group by, and what all things are present in the sorting. Have they asked for, is sorting required or not? Sorting, yes or no? So this is the template of solving any aggregation question, and the template to solve any filtering based question is like when a data set is given, so ask yourself what variables are they asking for. Okay, so we will see this. And second thing is, again, is there any filter? Okay, third thing, is there any for example, is there any sort? And an additional thing here is there any, for example, you can mention it here only, is there any additional variable? For example, sometimes they ask you to calculate some additional variables, right? So is there is any such thing required? So we will be focusing, we'll be using this template to solve all these questions. Now let's see the question number 1. Write a query to fetch the comedian names, show names and cities of the shows where public sentiment was more than 4.5 and audience turnout was greater than 9,000. Also order. So this is what, this is a filtering based question. They have not asked for any summary or something like that. So now let's go to the output, see the output. So what they're asking name, show name, location, audience turnout and public sentiment. So these 4 variables are they asking. So let's go here. So comedian name, so let's just write it down. Comedian name, okay, show name, audience and public sentiment. Okay, so these 4 variables have they asked, or is one more? Show name, city also they have asked for, so we will include cities as well. So there are the 5 variables this which we need to pull. So always remember, when you read question, you have to break questions like this only. And filter, so is there any filter? Public sentiment, first filter is public sentiment, second is audience turnout. Okay, so first filter is public sentiment, second filter is audience turnout. And is there any sorting required? Let's check that. So sorting is yes, it is required. So yes, it is in descending order of audience turnout. Okay, so this is what the template of my question looks like. Now it will be very easy for me to code this particular question. So let's directly jump into the coder pad. We will do select. So what are variables? Comedian name. Okay, they have asked for comedian name, and then they have asked for show name. So show underscore name. Okay, then they have asked for show name cities where these particular shows were performed. So for city, the variable is, let me just read it from here. It should be given show name, comedian name, main genre, city, right? So city is the variable name. Okay, then they have asked for public sentiment, and then they have asked for audience turnout. So audience turnout is this variable, and so audience underscore turnout, then public sentiment, public underscore sentiment from, so what is the table name? Table name is stand-up comedians, stand-up underscore comedians. Okay, now so we did the first part which was asked here. Now we are doing the second part, filter. Where? So what is the filtering they have asked for? The public sentiment has to be greater than, so where this has to be greater than 4.5. Okay, and audience turnout, that this needs to be greater than 9,000. Okay, 9,000. So we did these two. Now comes the order by. So order by. Now we come to the third part of the question. That is order by required? Yes. Public sentiment in descending order. So we'll do public sentiment and we will do this descending. So it's pretty simple, very easy question, to be honest, right? Now let's just check that I have used the variable orders correctly, because I don't see the right result in my code. So name is there, show name, comedian name is there, show name is there. Okay, and then city name is there. Okay, and then audience turnout is there, public sentiment from stand-up comedians, where public sentiment is greater than 4.5 and audience turnout is order by public sentiment. Order by. So let me just check order by. Is it order by what? Order by public sentiment. So the code seems correct to me. I'm just cross-checking if I've used the names correctly, because if result is not matching, then the only issue is that only, because it is not displaying my result here. So I'll just cross-check CO comedian name. Oh, I have not used the name variable correctly. Okay, so now if you see, I got the correct result. So I hope this explanation is clear to the question number 1. It's pretty simple. Simply we will be using these formats only. Okay, I will not be explaining each question in this detailed depth, but just try to understand that we'll be following this template to solve each of the question. Now let's move to the question number 2. Question number 2 says that retrieve all shows performed in either Delhi, or Mumbai, or Bangalore. Okay, where YouTube views were greater than 3 million. Okay, and the number of YouTube comments exceeded 5,000. Display the comedian name, show name, city, YouTube views. So what are they asking for? They are asking for comedian name, show name, city, then they're asking YouTube views. So I'll simply use that variable, YouTube views. Okay, so YouTube underscore views, that is something I will use. And then we have YouTube comments. So YouTube underscore comments, and we have to make sure we finish the test on time, otherwise it will close. YouTube comments. Okay, so this is the particular thing. These are the 5 variables that they asked for from stand-up comedians. Now what are the filters that they have asked for? Okay, so first of all, they asked for city needs to be either in Delhi, Mumbai, or Bangalore. So what we will do, where we will do first, so city in, so there will be multiple places. City could be in Delhi. Okay, it could be in Mumbai, and it could be in Bangalore. So there will 3 options present. Bangalore. So this is the first filter. and where YouTube views were greater than 3 million. Okay, so and YouTube views need to be greater than so YouTube underscore views, this particular variable need to be greater than 3 million. So what is 3 million? 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 6 times 0. Okay, and the number of YouTube comments, so there's another variable, and YouTube comments need to be greater than 5,000. So simply we'll do 5,000. Okay, and is there any order by asked? No, order by is not asked in the question. So I think that should be it. Now let's just try to submit this particular question. Let's see if we get the correct thing. Yes, we got the correct part. So see, things get very easy once you follow this particular format. I know these are very easy questions, but once you build habit to solve questions like this, it will help you very much when you reach towards the difficult problems. Okay, now let's move to the question number 3. Question number 3 says, find all the comedians who performed shows in 2023 with a show duration longer than 100 minutes. Okay, I got it. And then they have asked for whose public sentiment was sort the results by this. Okay, so now let's see what all they have asked, what all variables they have asked for. So they've asked for name, show, then they have asked for, I think this is the what, and this is public sentiment, and 180 is total watch hour. So just let me confirm it. So show duration. Okay, so once we come here, let's do one thing. Let's delete this. Let's write down things for question number 3 again. Okay, so what we'll be doing, they have asked for what all variables? They have asked for name, so comedian name. So they have asked for comedian name, show. Okay, and then they have asked for the show length, right, duration of the show, and then they have asked for public sentiment. These are the 4 variables that we need to display in the output. Okay, and the next thing that comes is, now let's check what all filters are there. The filter is that performed show in 2023 with the, so first show duration greater than this. So there are 3 filters. If you see, first filter is it should be in 2023. Then there is a filter for public sentiment, and then there is a filter for show duration. So these 3 variables are present there. So 23, public sentiment greater than equal to 4, and show duration longer than 100 minutes. So this is greater than 100 minutes, public sentiment greater than equal to 4.0. Correct? That's what they have asked. And sort by in show duration, and yes, sorting is required in terms of show duration descending. So this is what they have asked for. Correct? So now we will simply write down the code here. So let's come here. Now let's simply write what all they have asked for. So we will do select comedian underscore name. Okay, then there is show underscore name, then there is show underscore duration, then there is public sentiment. So these are the 4 variables that they asked for. Correct? Okay, so from what is my table name? Stand up underscore comedians. Now I'll move towards the filter. The first filter is year. So if you remember how to extract year from a date, I explained in the last video as well, year, and simply write down the show date. Show underscore date equal to 2023. So this is what they asked for. And then what is the next variable that they are asking? Public sentiment greater than equal to 4 and show duration. So show duration needs to be greater than 100 and public sentiment needs to be greater than this particular thing needs to be greater than equal to 4.0. Okay, or you can simply write down 4. And is there any order by, so from, okay, I need to include the where keyword here, where. Okay, and then comes order by. So order by, what is the variable? It is show duration. Show underscore duration descending. Okay, so this worked for me. Now I got the correct output. So I hope this explanation is clear. Pretty simple question again, where like although it is mentioned medium, but this is this is the easy one, guys. I mean, there's no difficulty here. You simply have to just understand what all variables they're asking for, what all filters they're asking for. If you are able to do that, then it's good enough. The question number 4 says that retrieve the name of comedians who performed on weekends, had YouTube views greater than 5 million, and who had a viral meme associated with it. Okay, so I got it. Display the comedian name, show name, and YouTube views. So what are they asking for? Comedian name, show name, and YouTube views. So I'll not be going to the architecture once again in this video, in this question, YouTube underscore views. So they have asked for these 3 variables. If you just read this line, display comedian name, show name, and YouTube views. Okay, now from stand-up comedians. Now what will change is filtering, where, and order. So this template will change. Okay, now let us say who performed on weekends. So it means the day of week for that particular it was either 1 or it was 7. Okay, we discussed this type of question last time as well. And YouTube views greater than 5 million. So how to check if they performed on weekends or not? We'll simply use day of week. Okay, day of week of for example, what is show underscore date? This need to be in 1/7 because Sunday is 1 and Saturday is counted as 7. That's what we have done earlier. And after this we will be doing YouTube views. How much they're asking for this? 5 million. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then they're asking if they had a viral meme. So and I just need to cross check what is viral meme. So viral meme, a boolean indicating if the show resulted in a viral meme, true or false. So what we will do, viral underscore meme is equal to true. Okay, so this will be it. And have they asked for any order by? No, they have not asked for any order by, so we can remove the order by part from this particular question, and it should be it. Okay, pretty simple again. Now let's check it got the correct one. So let's move to the question number 5 now. So question number 5 says calculate the average public sentiment and average audience turnout for each city. Now this is an aggregation question because they're asking for average public sentiment and average audience turnout. Okay, so only include cities where the average sentiment, this sort the results by. So let's come here, let's fill in this template. So what all they have asked for here in this particular question? They have asked for first of all they have asked for average of public sentiment, right? So public sentiment, this is what they have asked for. Then they have asked for average of audience turnout per show, average of audience turnout per show. Okay, and is there any filtering? Yes, there was a filtering where average public sentiment has to be greater than some number. Let me just check that number. 4.3. Okay, 4.3. And is there any group by? Group by will be there because they are asking for city, so city will come in group by. Okay, and the sort, yes, they have asked for sort. Their sorting is based on average sentiment, and this is supposed to be descending. Okay, so this is my template. Now again I will go to my question. So simply do select. So always write the categorical variable first. So city is my first variable. Then they have asked for average of what? So average of audience turnout. So audience underscore turnout. Okay, and let's say this as, for example, so average public sentiment, I'm just checking the order in which they are asking. So okay, they're asking for average public sentiment first, so I'll write down that average of public underscore sentiment. Okay, this as average of public sentiment, this as average of audience turnout. Okay, this is the variable. Now from stand-up comedians, stand-up underscore comedians, now comes where clause. So is there any filter? The filter that they have asked for, from this, after that, yeah, is there any filtering that they have asked? They have average, this needs to be greater than 4.3. Now the problem is that we cannot write it with the where clause, because if I write it with where clause, for example, average underscore PS greater than 4.3, okay, group by, for example, city, and order by average average public sentiment. Okay, so if I do this, it will throw me an error. The reason for this error is that we cannot use a variable that we have created here. Just we cannot use it as where here, correct? Because where is only used for those filters which variables are already present in the data set. If you're creating a new variable while writing the code, you have to include that in having. Okay, so we'll do group. So what is the order of SQL statement? You do group by first of all. Okay, after that you have to write having by, and then you mention average of public sentiment, whatever this was. Okay, or average of public sentiment greater than 4.3. okay, and order by average of public sentiment, and this needs to be in descending order. So now when I do this, so let's see if I am getting, so select city, or let me just cross check, select city, average public sentiment as average PS. Okay, that is fine. Okay, I didn't use the comma here. So average public sentiment as average PS, and average audience turnout as average this from stand-up comedians, group by city. Okay, having, it should not be having, it should be having. Yeah, so this is right now that so basically main thing in this particular question is that you cannot use this filter in where clause. You have to use, for example, again let me show you. Now the code is working correct. So let's say I just use where and put this, it will throw me an error. Why? Because it was supposed to be in having. We cannot filter those variables which we are creating in our code directly in the where clause. So this was the main thing in this particular question. I hope you are able to understand. Now let's move to the question number 6. We are running out of time, I think. Let me just check how much time is left. So 32 minutes. Okay, we have already spent 28 minutes while solving this. Now let's see the question number 6. So I'll move little quick now. That okay, write a query to fetch all the comedians whose shows in 2024 okay resulted in viral memes, and that their public sentiment was greater than this. Order the result by. So what do we want? The list of all comedians whose shows was viral and their public sentiment was great, right? So we need information of comedians. This is the filter, and we need to order basically. Now we just need to see what all variables they're asking for. They're asking for comedian name. Okay, so we will simply write down select comedian underscore name, then show name, public sentiment. Okay, and I think the last one is the audience turnout, 50,000. Select all this for this comedian name, show name, public sentiment was. Order the result by the number of YouTube fetch all the comedians. Okay, it is and their public sentiment was greater than 4.5 from this. So let me just put in a filter here. First of all, I will check that what is that variable where who shows in 2024 resulted in a viral. So what will happen? First of all, we need to extract year from show date. Okay, so basically it means that they performed in 2024 and their show was a viral. Okay, and so what is the status for viral? So viral underscore meme is equal to true. Okay, this will cover this particular. Write a query to fetch all comedians whose show in 2024 resulted in memes. Okay, and their public sentiment was greater than. So and public underscore sentiment was greater than 4.5, and I have to order this result by the number of YouTube shares. Okay, so YouTube, okay, underscore shares underscore descending. Okay, and this is what they are asking here, because that's, yeah, so that's what they're asking. I think the code is clear now, so we'll simply run it. Very good. So we are still somewhere. Let me just check. So here is the issue. I see that instead of order, I will be using order by, correct? So I think that was my mistake. Now it's correct. So I hope this question is clear. It's a basic filtering question only. So I just, sometime it happens that when you write the code, you miss it, like it was just supposed to be an order by. So now let's move to question number 7. It says that list the top 5 comedians based on their YouTube views, excluding 𝗂𝗏 India's Got Latent, and okay, also show their show names YouTube views. So what do we want here is that we want show names and YouTube views, correct? Name, show name, and YouTube views. We want 3 variables. So comedian name, show name, and YouTube views. We want these 3 variables. YouTube underscore views. So this is something. Now I'll delete this where filter. Now we have to just plug in values here. As simple as that. So we will see select comedian name, show name, YouTube views from this. Now the first condition of filtering is that excluding 𝗂𝗏 India's Got Talent. So we need to exclude. So where, for example, so how to do this? Comedian name should not be equal to 𝗂𝗏. So how you will do that? So simply use this particular equality sign is equal to and pass the name 𝗂𝗏. Okay, so you included this particular condition. Now order by YouTube views descending. So and now you need top 5. So first of all, let's run this. Let's see what are we getting. Okay, now can we compare? Let's compare with the output that we are having. Aditi Mittal, Rajneesh Kapoor, Zakir Khan, Gaurav Kapoor, Anu Menon. Yeah, so everything looks good. So I will just simply go here and put a limit of 5. So let me just limit of 5. So this will correct the code for me. Okay, so this was the 7th question. Now let's move to question number 8. Question number 8 says that, let's read about it. Retrieve the name of comedians whose shows had a public sentiment rating this greater than 4.5. Okay, and YouTube views over 3 million, and it's a pretty simple, straightforward question. Like I don't think you will have any doubt in this particular. So I'll write down select comedian name. Okay, show name, that's what they are asking for. Okay, and then they have asked for YouTube views, YouTube underscore views. Okay, so this is there for and YouTube shares, YouTube underscore shares that they have asked for, and from stand up underscore comedians, stand up comedians. Okay, where, now let's come to the where condition. public sentiment rating, so public underscore sentiment greater than 4.5. This is the first filter. Second filter is YouTube views greater than 3 million, 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and also add a viral meme, and viral underscore meme is equal to true. Okay, so that's all they have asked for, I think. Is there any order by? Yes. So order by YouTube underscore shares descending. That's what you need to do. So you have got the correct response. Now let's move to question number 9 quickly. So write a query to calculate the average show. So this is an aggregation question. So average of show duration and total number of shows. So we have two aggregation. Group the result by year and sort the result by year in ascending order. So what they are asking for? So they're asking for average of show duration. So this is the first thing that they have asked for, and then they have asked for total number of shows. So, and we have to group by year. So what they have asked for? They have asked for the average show duration, okay, and total number of shows in 2023 and 24, okay, and group the result by. So if we come here now, let me just delete few of the things like what we discussed earlier. So average of show duration, okay, average of show duration, that's what they have asked for. And then they have asked for total number of shows, total shows. These are the two aggregation variable that I need. This has to be grouped by year, which means I need to get the year from the date variable, and I have to order by again year. That's what they have asked for in detail. There's no other field. Yeah, of course. I mean, let me just cross check 23 and 24. So the filtering is the year should be 2023 and 2024. Okay, now let's simply come to the question directly. So we first of all we need to get the year from show date. We have done this multiple times. Okay, year from show date as, let's say, show underscore year. Okay, and after this what we need to do? Average of show underscore duration. Average of show duration will be saved as average underscore duration. Okay, and second is total number of shows. So what we will do? Count of star as total underscore shows from stand-up comedians. Okay, now so this is my categorical variable, these are my aggregation variable. Now what does come? Now it will come, first of all it will be where. So where group, okay, and then order. This is the correct order by. So this is the right order of things. So now let's deal with the things. So when we see where, so we will have to keep it that year of show date, right? So we need to just copy this, where year of show date, this should be in 2023 and 2024. Okay, group by will come as show year, okay, that we calculated here, and order by show year, show underscore year. And is it descending or ascending? It is ascending. So I mean, you can just skip it. So you can just like no need to write ascending specifically. So this should do it. Yeah. So we have got the output result that we wanted. So I hope this explanation is clear. It's again a simple question only. Guys, this test was very easy. So as of now, I don't see any reason why you should not be able to. Like, I am explaining each question while on Notepad as well. I know time is very less, still I'm able to solve everything, right? So it's very simple question. you should also be able to. Now come to the last question of set 1. Find the number of unique cities where comedians performed shows. Okay, number of unique cities shows. Group the result by comedian names and display comedian name and count the unique cities in which they performed in. So this is also an aggregation question only. Now if you see at the output that they have shown us is comedian name and unique cities that he or she performed, right? We saw at the start only this particular question. So what we need to do, select comedian underscore name, then count of distinct city, okay, as unique underscore cities, okay, unique cities, and from stand-up underscore comedians, okay. So find the number of unique cities where comedians performed shows, group the result by comedian name and display comedian name and count of unique cities they performed in. So I'm not sure why are they showing only the one who performed twice. So ideally it should be grouped by comedian name only. I mean, because we just want to see in how many distinct case they performed, right? Group by, for example, what is the variable names? Comedian name, correct? So this is group by comedian name and it should be, okay, I think something is missing in the question. They should mention that they are only looking for the people who performed more than once, who have like because for example, let's say if I run this, I will get what they're asking, but they only want people who performed in more than one city. So that thing needs to be updated in the question. I will do that, and still if you were not able to, you'll get grace marks for this. Don't worry about that. So simply group by this having, so for example, if I just want those people who perform multiple times, so we'll do having count of distinct city greater than 1. So that's what they are asking for, right? So yeah, it will give you, but this is discrepancy. I mean, it should have been mentioned in the question. So don't worry about that. Now let's move. We have last 15 minutes left. Now let's quickly move to the question number 11th. So this is a new set here. So let's just figure out what it is. So it said that, okay, Samir Rana's new show, this has become a viral sensation. It consists of 10 episodes, each featuring 5 judges and 5 participants. Okay, the format involves participant performing their chosen talent within 90 seconds while the judges score them out of 10. Okay, so let's see about the show format. That each participant is performing. So if you see, there is multiple participant, he or she is performing, and like who already have seen this show, they will know that what this data set is about, but still I'll explain it. So there are 5 judges for each particular candidate's performance. If you see, judge 1, judge 2, judge 3, judge 4, judge 5, okay, and they have given him a score out of 10, and here is performance time, and so now there's the judge names. Okay, simple. And before performing, every participant gives himself a self rating 7.5. So if this rating matches the average of this particular 5 scores, it means the participant won the show, right? So this is the context of this particular data set. Now we will simply jump in to solving question. Write a query to list the participant name, their self rating and the calculated average score based on the judge's score. So what we will do here, simply select participant name, participant underscore name, okay, and self rating. So participant underscore name, and then there will be self underscore underscore rating, that is the variable name. So let me just check self underscore rating. Okay, and then we need to calculate the average score based on judges scores for all. So what we will do, we have to calculate the average of all the scores by 5. So there are total 5 people, right? So what I will do, simply judge underscore 1 underscore score, okay, plus I will simply sum all the variables, plus this plus 4 plus 5, okay, and so judge 1 score plus judge 2 score plus judge 3 score. So let me just make it like this: judge 1 score plus judge 2 score plus judge 3 score plus judge 4 score plus judge 5 score. Okay, we will simply do this, and this whole divide by 5 will be the average score, correct? So we will simply do this 5 as, let's say, average of judge underscore average of underscore judge score. So this is what they're asking. Order the result. So now this is from latent underscore performances. Okay, now this is supposed to be order by. So what is the order by required? Episode number, episode underscore number. So what is this episode number? It is episode ID. Okay, and then this is participant name. So what is the participant name? We'll do something like here, right? So there is no where required, so it's only this. So now we got the correct value. Simple. Now let's move to the question number 12. We have only 11 minutes remaining. List the participant name, their so participant name, self rating, and the calculated average judge score for all the participants who were declared winners. Okay, now the point is that we want this information for those who were winners. So how will you do that? Where you have to put a self condition. So the condition to win is what? Self rating should be equal to this particular thing, correct? As simple as that, right? Self rating should be equal to sum of the score divided by 5 and equals the calculated average score. And is there any order by required? I'm just checking that. So who were declared winners, where the self rating equals the calculated average. List the participant name, their self rating, and this who were declared winners, where the self rating equals the calculated average score of. Okay, so let me just first of all check this. Now I will simply. Okay, so if you see that this result data set is sorted, this is AAM, right? So although it's not mentioned explicitly, but when I compare with the data, I see that it is sorted by participant name, ascending. Now if I do this, I'll get the correct result, right? So pretty easy, right? So you have to, main thing is that get this score, compare with this score, and you will be fine with it. So now let's move to the next question. So let us discuss the question number 13 now. Question number 13 says, write a query to list the participant name, their talent type, and the highest single score they received from any judge. So basically, each participant would have got has got 5 scores, right? Now we want that which is the highest score out of those 5. That is the question that they have asked. Okay. And also display which judge gave them that score. So the judge that gave them that particular score, we need to do this. So this is again going to be a simple filtering based question. So how will we do this is that, first of all, let us say start writing the query. So we need participant name. Okay, participant underscore name. After this, we need to have participant name. Then they have asked for talent type. So talent underscore type. Now comes the main part, that you have to get the maximum highest single score that they received from any judge. So what you will do is that there is a function called greatest. Okay, so you can use that particular part here, greatest. So what it does is that you provide 5 variables to this, and it will give you the which one is the maximum. So for example, let me show you judge underscore once. So let me see the variable names here. So judge under one underscore score. Okay, this is the format. Judge underscore one underscore score. Similarly, judge underscore two. So what I will do, I'll simply start copying this. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So judge underscore one score, 2 score, 3 score, 4 score, and 5 score. Let's say this is the case as, let's say, max score from latent underscore performances. So once you do this, what you will see that you're getting the max score which a particular participant is getting out of those. For example, let us say this particular person, Ravi Singh. Now Ravi Singh is having self-rate judge 1 score 8, 7.5, 7, 8.5 and 7.5. So the highest one is 8.5. So that's why you have got 8.5 here for this. Similarly, for other participants, you will get this. Now the next part comes here. We also have to get that particular judge who has given him this particular maximum score. How we can do this part is, so what we will do, simple, this is a simple case when statement. So what we will do, case when, okay, and now let's write it this way, case when. Now what we have to see, that the judge for which the greatest score is this, that will be selected as this particular. So for example, case when judge 1 underscore score is equal to greatest. So what we will do, when this one is equal to greatest of these. For example, so when judge 1 score is equal to greatest of this, then we will mark this as case when this is equal to this, okay, as highest score. We will mark this as highest. So we will say that then no. So what is the logic here? When judge 1 score is equal to greatest, then we have to simply give the judge 1 name. So judge underscore 1 underscore name, correct? So this is the first case. Now similarly, we will be repeating this multiple times. For example, so just understand this logic once again. What we are doing, that when judge 1 score is the greatest one, then we are picking that particular. So we will create a variable known as judge name, and we will filter the values dynamically there. So let me explain what I mean here. So let's create, so let us say we have this particular column, okay. So we have judge 1 score, judge 2 score, judge 3 score, judge 4 score, and judge 5 score, okay. Judge 1, judge 2, judge 3, judge 4, judge 5, okay. And we have to create an additional variable here, that what is the judge name of whichever is the maximum. So what you will do is, if for a particular judge, for example, let's say J1, let's say J1 is this, J1 is the maximum. For example, let's say J1 is maximum out of all these J1, J2, J3, J4, J5. Okay, so then the name corresponding to J1, for example, judge 1 name will come here. Okay, now if J2 is higher, then judge 2 will come here. If J3 is higher, judge 3 will come here. So we will create that variable like this using case when statement. So when judge1 score is equal to this, then judge1 name. Simple. Okay. Now similarly we will repeat this multiple times. So what we have to do, we simply need to just copy this. So paste here 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times you will paste it. So first time it was judge1 score, second time it will be judge2 score, okay, and then judge2 name. Then it will be judge3 score, then it will be judge3 name, then it will be judge4 score, and then judge4 name. So whichever fits in, it will take that particular value. So judge5 score, judge5 name, right? From latent. Now eventually once you are done with this, you will have to end this variable. So how will end as, let's say, judge with highest score. Okay, so we will do this. Now let me run this particular part. So what I'm getting, max score, and then I'm getting judge with the highest score. So which particular judge score that particular gave that particular marks, you will get this through this. Now we are done through this. Now what is the next part? Display which judge gave them that score. So are we matching the result? Let me check. So let's go to the output data set. Here they are asking, okay, so it is simply just sorted by the max score. So what you will do, order by max score descending. So you will get the correct response. So this is the question number 13. It is a good question. I mean, the main thing is getting the maximum score out of the 5 judges, and then getting the judge who gave that particular score. So there is a there's a case when state ladder which you need to understand. So it's it will be easy for you. Now let's move to question number 14. Question number 14 says that so let me just read it. So question number, write a query to list the participant name and their talent type, okay, when all of the 5 judges gave them the exact same score. So basically what we want those participants who got the same marks from all the 5 judges. So we want technically those particular people. So what we will do, let me just delete this particular statement. Now we will do select. So what we want, participant underscore name, right? And then we will be having talent underscore type, okay? And now we want we want from latent underscore performances, okay? Now what is the where condition? The where condition says that all 5 judge gave them the exact same score. So how will you do this? Where judge 1 underscore score is equal to judge underscore 2 underscore score, okay? And so you will write down this multiple times. Judge 2 score is equal to judge 3 score, okay? And similarly, let me just copy this, okay, Control C, this and this. So judge 3 score will be equal to judge 4 score, and judge 4 score will be equal to judge 5 score. Pretty simple. And we will just put an and statement here, and statement here, okay? So I think this should be good. So judge 1 score equal to 2 score, okay? Judge 2 score is equal to 3 score, judge 3 score equal to 4 score. So let me check if I'm using the right variables here. So where judge 1 score from latent underscore, select participant name, okay, participant name, where judge 1 underscore score. So let me first of all, let me just Control X this. Am I getting anything? okay, where judge 1 score is equal to judge 2 score. Perfect. And let me do this thing, and judge underscore 2 score is equal to judge underscore 3 underscore score. Okay, and simply we will do one more thing. When 3 is equal to 4, so when 3 is equal to 4, okay, so judge 1 is equal to 2, 2 is equal to 3, 3 equal to 4, so and 4 equal to 5 will also, so judge 3 is equal to 4, and simply judge and judge underscore 4 underscore score is equal to judge. So how many people are there? 2 people. Judge 4 underscore score is equal to judge 5 underscore score. That's how we will do it. So we have got the correct value. So this is how you will get the question number 14th. I think it was pretty simple. It just, you need to understand these particular filtering techniques. You should be knowing this. We have covered this. I've covered this extensively in the courses that I did earlier. So you should be knowing this concept, but we will be covering all these basic once we launch our SQL course. In this video, I'm not explaining the concepts in depth because this is just a solution video. Okay, but still I'm trying whatever I can. So now let's move to the question number 15. Write a query to find the participant name, their performance time, and calculate the average judge performance. Okay, calculate the average judge performance who performed their act in the shortest time, less than 90 seconds, and had an average judge score greater than 8. Okay, so this is the condition here. So we will try to first of all break this particular question. What are they asking? They are asking us participant name, their performance time, and their calculated average judge score. Okay, so these are the three things that they are asking. So let's write them directly here. Select participant underscore name. Okay, then they are asking for performance time, performance underscore time underscore seconds. Okay, and then they're asking for average judge score for participant. So we want the average judge score. So how just like we did earlier, judge underscore 1 underscore score, okay, plus, so we'll do this thing, this plus this plus this, okay, plus this plus this. So judge 1 score, judge 2 score, judge 3 score, judge 4 score, judge 5 score. Okay, this whole divided by 5 will be my average as AVG score. Okay, let's write it down like this. Where, now let's fill the where condition. So for participants who performed their act in the shortest time, okay, so that is less than 90 seconds. Okay, it is mentioned that less than 90 seconds. So what is performance time second should be less than 90. Okay, this is given in the question. And had an average judge score greater than 8. So we'll simply do and. So we will create this particular thing, and this is greater than 8. Okay, is there any order by performance time seconds? This has to be descending. Okay, in ascending, sorry, it is given ascending. Now let me just run this part. Okay, so where, so something wrong is there. Participant name, performance time second. Let me just cross check the variable name, performance underscore time underscore seconds. That is right. Judge 1 score plus judge 2 score plus judge 3 score plus judge 4 score plus judge 5 score divided by 5, okay, as average score, which is right, where performance time seconds is less than this, and judge 1 plus judge 2 plus judge 3, judge 1 score plus judge 2 score plus judge 3 score plus judge 4 score plus judge 5 score divided by 5 is greater than 8, order by performance time. So the query is right. I just need to evaluate what is wrong here. There is like because output is not coming, it means I am not using in some of the variable correctly. So participant name is there, performance time seconds, so comma, this is where, let's say, and okay, judge 1 score plus this is so where performance time seconds is less than 90. So is it less than or less than equal to? Less than 90, which is right. And let me just handle this thing. Okay, this is right. So let me just do one thing. Let me see what is the issue. I will simply remove this thing. And am I getting, no, I'm not getting any table right now. Oh, so the biggest mess that I have done, I have not taken from latent. This happens like when you are solving questions. This is very common mistake. Performances, I didn't include the table name. Yeah, so now it is correct. Okay, so now we have generated, discussed all the 15 questions. We have discussed the solutions. We have discussed the approaches. This was a pretty easy test. In my opinion. So how I will rate your performance, for example, let's say there were 15 questions. Okay, so I am expecting you to solve correct at least you should be able to solve, I should say, 10 correctly. The minimum that I expect. Below 10, there is something wrong with you. Okay, so you should have, so it is greater than equal to 10. I will say it is pass. And if you have scored 14 or so, if you have scored between 11 to 13, then it is like very good, I will say. Okay, and if you have scored 14 to 15, then it means like you are perfect. Like this is the perfect for you. So you can self-evaluate yourself that because a lot of people gave tests, sometime their test closed, sometime window disappeared, like a lot of things happened, but you can self-evaluate yourself that how much you were able to score in 60 seconds for this particular test. But minimum 10 is expected because these were very basic filtering questions. The challenge here could be that understanding a new scenario, right, and understand, like reading a new question and understanding what they mean, because question wise I think most of you will be able to solve this. It's a pretty simple thing. The problem comes when you have a time limit on your head and when the question is totally new, when you have not seen that. Then evaluating, because question can be easy, can be difficult, that you don't know beforehand, right? That you will evaluate while reading the question. So that is why I'm giving it a 10. Otherwise I will expect at least 12 to 15 you to solve. But yeah, so this is that you should be getting it. If you're getting less than 10, that is 0 to 9, then you need to work upon your concepts. So thanks again for watching this video. I hope you learned something new through this test. We will be having such tests every weekend. So if you are new to our platform, you can keep participating in these tests. We also have, along with test, you can practice the questions by just going to this website. And if you see, there are 128 SQL questions right now. They will be uploaded, made up to 200. And along with them, we have covered 2 tests right now. So 30 questions from quiz, from coding test, 128 questions are already present there. And then we will have 200 questions by end of this month. So there is a lot of content for you. These questions are very good. They are like medium to difficulty level, medium to hard level as well. So try to solve them as well. So I will see you in the next video. Good luck for next week's test and keep solving. If you have any doubt, please comment below the video and or DM us. And if you really like this, please share this video and subscribe to our channel like only 20% people have subscribed to our channel. So kindly do that, please. And thanks again. I'll see you in the next video.